The Steelers are back at St. Vincent College and they are back at training camp. And Mike Tomlin had his first press conference of the 2022 season. So I wanted to go over a few things, guys, in a recent article that Bob Laboriello from Steelers.com wrote about this. So we all know that Mike Tomlin is, or in my opinion, Mike Tomlin's a legend, right? Some of you guys out there don't really overly like Mike Tomlin, but you've got to give the guy credit when he starts to do media things, and he's so easy to talk to the media about whatever he wants to talk about. And he can misdirect the question. He can answer it straight on. He can tell you bluntly, never say never, but never, right? So there's so many Tomlinisms with Mike Tomlin, and that's why he's just a genius at what he does. I want to scroll down here. I want to show you guys this article and little bits of it because there are some key things about the quarterback competition. Now, this is still the hot topic. The quarterback competition going in the training camp is Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, and Chris Oladokun, right? So if I scroll down for a little bit, he does say here, he's talking about he was asked about a depth order question or, what will it be with Trubisky? Will Kenny Pickett have a chance at number one and these kind of things, right? So, and that's the first question that he was asked is who's going to be QB number one, who's going to be QB number two, who's going to be QB number three, okay? So I like this answer. We'll dissect a few of these points. Tomlin said regarding into the depth chart of who's going to be one, who's going to be two, who's going to be three, right? He said, we're not going to micromanage or overmanage this quarterback competition, said Tomlin. The depth chart will not rest on every throw. So as Steelers fans, yes, on every single throw, if we see Kenny Pickett throw an interception, then he will never start. So that's what I like about Tomlin so far. Okay, but we're going to be a little bit more steady than that. I think it is important from a leadership perspective to not overmanage it, to not be too impulsive. So that's what I've relayed to the guys of our actions and continue to display that mindset. Now, Tomlin is a wordsmith. He is 100% a wordsmith. If you listen to any of his interviews, guys, you already know this, okay? Now, he also went on to talk about, he's not concerned about the narrative, right? About the narrative of who will be number one, who will be number two. But I think it's going to, progress in a certain direction where I think as fans, we will know by the snap counts and stuff like that. And the majority of playing time, if they give Trubisky the majority of playing time, then he'll probably lead towards number one. Okay. So Tomlin said he's also not going to overthink things either, or worrying about as Pickett as a rookie or develops himself as a leader. The guy's a rookie. Like when you think about it, he's a rookie coming into camp. Okay. You go back to the days of Big Ben. Even Big Ben was still a rookie when he started. He wasn't the best quarterback, but he did get better year after year after year. So Tomlin says here, I'm not overly concerned about the narrative, said Tomlin. I think when you're 22, 23, 24 years old, you've been playing quarterback your whole life, you understand those informal responsibilities that come with a position. I'm more concerned about the tangible things such as accuracy, taking care of the ball, things of that nature. Now, I do love that idea, and I say this a lot, things of that nature. That's a Tomlinism, right? I don't have any level of concern of those things other than his wheelhouse. I watched him do it next door in terms of leading the guys, being what we need to be as quarterbacks. I don't think it's going to be a discussion, right? So it's kind of cool hearing Tomlin's thoughts, and pretty much right now, in my opinion, what he's saying is we can't. If Trubisky goes and fumbles a football, we're not going to say put in Pickett. Things of that nature. Tomlinism, okay? If Kenny Pickett goes out there and throws 10 for 13, is he going to be in two touchdowns in a training session or a preseason game and Trubisky struggles? Does that mean Pickett will be the next quarterback? So I don't really see it that way. I think he's saying when can't be too emotional in that standpoint, but go through the right progression. So he says here also, about every year we've been here, we've carried four guys into camp, and they generally do that, right? And then he says, we've got four quarterbacks. We generally run in three groups. So there's some things to manage from a rep standpoint, 100%. Who's going to get first reps? I believe it will be Trubisky, then Rudolph, then Pickett, and then Oladokun, okay? Now, some may say they don't want to give reps to Rudolph, but that's probably the way it's going to be. That's the Steel way. But again, he says, that has been the case for the last 15, 16 years. So they've done this before. This is not new news, right? This is old school Steeler stuff. Bring in four quarterbacks, and Big Ben was always going to be the starter. But now what it's looking like is Trubisky has the number one spot. Pickett may be behind him, but in the Steelers sense, I feel that it's Trubisky, Rudolph, and then Pickett, and then we'll see how we go. So, from a fan's perspective, I've read a bit of that article. You guys can check it out too on Steelers.com, and it's always cool to see those things. But what I heard from Tomlin in the press conference talking about the quarterback competition, it kind of makes sense. He doesn't want to put too much pressure on it. Like if you go out and make a mistake, you can't instantly say that quarterback, if it's Trubisky, that he's gone, he's out, he won't be starting. That's a very a silly mindset to see. If he makes one or two mistakes, he's not a part of the offense like that, and then the next moment they're going to throw in Pickett. Now, to the same logic, if Pickett struggles, right, you can't straight away say that he's the worst pick and we should have went with somebody else. You have to let these guys go through their progression. That's what I'm trying to say. So we can't be too emotional about these things that happen over the next few weeks. And look to Tomlin to see what he's saying, because I think he already knows what has a plan in place for these quarterbacks. I think him and Matt Canada already know they're going to give the reps to Mitchell Trubisky. They're going to feed reps to Mason Rudolph to be that backup and possibly have a chance to start. I don't think Rudolph will start. I think they'll go towards Trubisky, but they'll give Rudolph enough chances to where he could start and then develop Kenny Pickett along the way. So at any point, if Trubisky struggles, don't automatically think that Kenny Pickett's going to take his job. If Rudolph excels, don't automatically think that. Well, I know a lot of you guys don't. If Rudolph excels, don't automatically think that he's going to be, number one. If Pickett struggles, I wouldn't automatically think that, well, that's a wasted draft pick. I think we overanalyze these players way too much when something happens. I'm intrigued to see their development and see how they play over the next few weeks. Like I'm so excited to see Pickett throw a pass, to see Trubisky, a new Steeler. Like we've been talking so long in the offseason, and now it's finally time to see these guys actually go out there and wear the black and gold. So, hey guys, if you enjoyed that content, if you enjoyed me talking about Tomlin, talking about the quarterbacks, then hit that sub, hit that like, because we ain't going away. We are doing videos pretty much every single day. We are commentating on the commentators talking to the Steelers. So that's how far me and Owen are away. I live in Australia. Owen lives in England, but we give you an alternate perception to your Steelers, right? You can get the football anywhere in America, but we have an alternate perception and different take on the Steelers, and we can't wait. And also, guys, look forward to the live tonight. We have a live in the next few hours, 6 p.m. Pittsburgh time. I think it's Eastern Standard Time. We're going live, so we want to see you in the chat. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.